Welcome to the channel and the stream. I am Books Nelson with the At Me Bro Show, and today we're going to be doing a deep dive on Pink Diamond D'Angelo Russell from the Token Rewards Market and find out if he's worth spending the tokens on. Now, I'm going to say full disclosure, if you are already out of the Pink Diamond market, he's definitely not good enough to go back to him. However, if you are just getting into the Pink Diamond market, let's see what he's bringing to the table to see if he can be a stopgap or a backup point guard, any of that stuff for you. So right off the bat, he's not an elite player, but he's also not a bad player, and he definitely has his strong points. And for some people, his strong points might be good enough for this card to be a main card in their rotation, right? So first and foremost, I mean, he's a lights out knockdown shooter with a 99 mid-range shot and a 98 three ball. That's with coaching boosts. So obviously, even with floor, if anybody has floor general, it's 99. Fantastic ball handler. Not much of a dunker, but he does dunk fairly consistently. He is 6'5". I find that a lot of the taller characters, when they have lower dunk ratings, sometimes they'll be a little bit more prone to dunk regularly. So just to get through the rest of his stuff, his defense is okay. You see 87 perimeter defense is pretty good. Lateral quickness 91, also pretty good. 97 speed and a 93 speed with ball acceleration. 84 vertical and a very respectable 70 strength. That's actually really, really respectable for a point guard. I consider that a major high point for him. All right, so you see gold clamps, no intimidator. So that's not great. Playmaking, he's got all of the juice when it comes to playmaking. He has every good playmaking badge on at least gold, and a lot of them are Hall of Fame. And then we see here with the shooting, he's juiced when it comes to the shooting. He has so many great shooting badges, including that Hall of Fame range extender, although only gold quick draw, which we will be getting to. And as a finisher, he does have Hall of Fame slithery, which he's going to need because he's not a phenomenal dunker. All right, so let's get to his animations. So right off the bat, his step back is okay. It works well out of combos. We see here, very, very good out of combos. Not great for much else, but if you combo into it, he's good to go. And he does not have one of the good hesitations. It's an okay hesi. It's faster than most of the non-Pro 1, Pro 3 hesis, so it is usable. So I would definitely say it's okay. Third tier or second tier as a hesi, if you will. But definitely not one of the absolute best ones. Okay. So right off the bat, his behind the back is elite, which is great. When you have an elite behind the back dribble, that gives you access to a lot of stuff, and also his between the legs is elite. So between having those two things, he's in pretty good shape when it comes to dribbling around both full court and half court. So even though he doesn't have the pro hesi, between his decent step back, which again combos well, and his behind the back and between the legs dribbles, you're going to really be able to slide around the court with this card. So that's a good look. He also has really solid step back jumpers, and he has the ratings to make this viable if you take the time to learn it. So that's pretty good with him. Let's see. His momentum is okay, nothing super special. But I think a lot of his game is going to revolve around accessing his between the legs and his behind the back. Those are the two major dribbles he has. But there is one nice little, I don't want to say it's a secret thing, but it's a nice little extra thing that a lot of cards don't have, and that's with his size up package. His behind the back is really fast, and you see it gives you that same crouch as the explosive between the legs dribble, and you can explode out of this behind the back abnormally fast. Will Barton is the other card I've seen with this. You guys see this right here? The way he can just kind of get back into his size up and go either way from the behind the back. This is a really good dribble. It's almost as good as it's really like the elite between the legs dribble. And I have to say, I definitely like it a lot. As you see, if I go between the legs, he's a lot slower. But if you go behind the back, he really pops out of that behind the back dribble. So the standing behind the back. So his ability to get out of that standing behind the back is great, because once he triggers that, he can also get into his misdirects really, really quickly. So what about PD Dwayne Wade? He's way faster. I have like 19 videos on PD Dwayne Wade. So if you want to know about that card, by all means, check out any of the bajillion videos that I have on that card. But there's no bigger fan of PD Dwayne Wade than me. I think he's absolutely fantastic and is still one of the best spendings of your MT that you can possibly have. I think he's one of the best cards in the game, easily and by far. So anyway, back to D'Lo. Let's see. So we covered that. We covered that. Honestly, that's kind of it. He's not a guy who has like, you know, the greatest tricks in the book. But I think if you stick to his main dribbles, I think he actually has a really good crossover too. Let me look at that. His crossover is pretty good. It's not phenomenal. It does have a little bit of a delay on it. Yeah, there it is. There it is. You see here, he has that really, really quick side switch crossover when you're running. So if you access that, he can really like boogie on people with his simple dribble moves, which is funny because usually those aren't the best moves that a card has access to. But for D'Lo, those are his better dribbles. So funny enough, the stuff that I usually rely on, which is like the step back and the hesitation, that's not his strong suit. But his between the legs and his behind the back are so good that I really do think you can create with this guy and do some work out there. So that's gonna pretty much cut it for D'Lo. Just a quick little brief review showing you what's in store for you if you go to the you know, Pink Diamond Token Rewards. He does not have the behind the back teleport. Do I think he's a hidden opal? I mean, honestly, Scorpio, I don't look at cards in terms of the card tiers and like the hidden opal stuff. Like, I'll even throw that term around, but it's more of just like a loose term. Listen, Dwayne Wade is in my opinion, probably top 5 perimeter card in this game at the 1 or 2 position. Right? There aren't too many cards I would rather have over Dwayne Wade, especially if you talk about the shorter cards. I can't think of one shorter card off the top of my head that I would put above Dwayne Wade. And it's not that I don't think they're good. Like Alex Caruso's good, Oscar Robinson's great. You know, Trae Young offensively is really good. I really like the Steph actually. I think Steph's underrated. Obviously, Derrick Rose is good. I would take Dwayne Wade. Russell Westbrook's fantastic. I would take D Wade over all of those guys in a heartbeat. Because he has the fastest shot in the game. And that's the best weapon on the perimeter in this game is Dwayne Wade's jumper. So, okay, so anyway, so D'Lo, he also has a solid peekaboo situation. It's slow, but it's very easy to green. Very easy to green, very nice green window, very easy to see. So, also recommend that with him. And that kind of wraps it up for D'Lo. I would say the behind the back dribble is kind of like the sweet spot with this guy. Having this standing behind the back and being able to explode out of it and then go into your running behind the back is really, really strong with him. Everything else about D'Lo is pretty much either standard or, you know, below standard. But I do think he has enough to do good stuff and be a solid backup point guard. He's not as good as like your Pistol Pete's and stuff like that, but I would say he's probably a notch below that. Give me one notch below Pistol Pete and I'll take this card there. And again, Hall of Fame range extender can't be stressed. That's really fantastic. And with the good thing about having a slow jumper is that they're easy to green. It's easy to catch that green window all the time. So that's gonna wrap it up for D'Lo. Do I recommend him? I would definitely say out of all of the new Pink Diamonds, he's definitely lagging behind, right? Like he's definitely behind RJ, who I think is the best out of all of them. I would say the next best is probably a tie between Beasley and Embiid. Embiid is one of the better pick and pop centers in the game. And I would say Beasley is actually fantastic, but he has a really funky shot. So if you can learn his shot off the peekaboo, his shot is really easy on catch and shoot, but off the peekaboo it's like super weird, like on the peekaboo or a hezzy jumper. So I would say if you learn his shot off the peekaboo or hezzy, then he goes up a tier and is right in the camp of like your Rudy Gays and stuff like that. Like he can hang with those guys. So those two cards are definitely better. D'Lo is probably next up. I would put him above like the Millsaps and stuff like that with no range extender because I do think D'Lo is a usable card. I think D'Lo is definitely a very usable card. Hey, Alec. Oh, would I ever do unlimited? Yeah, I would do unlimited. Once I have time to do unlimited. Right now I'm on serious schedule work and I'm also doing these spotlights. So it's either I get James Harden or I play meaningless unlimited games. And I'd rather definitely get the James Harden and all of the other spotlights for you guys. And we're going to go over all of the spotlight cards. We're going to rank all of them. We're going to talk about who's worth it, if there's any hidden gems, all of that stuff. We already know about like the big 4, but I do think that there's a couple of cards in there that people might like based on what they're missing out on. So yeah, so that is pretty much it for D'Lo. I hope that was informative for you guys. He actually has a fantastic floater. Highly recommend that. That's lovely. His floater goes almost straight up in the air. That's going to be pretty hard to block. Oh yeah, that's a viable option for him. Does he have teardropper? Sure does. Hall of Fame. Yeah, I would definitely run the floater on D-Lo as well. Oh yeah, he has one of the best floaters in the game, although it did miss right there. I didn't like that. Yeah, that's a lovely floater. Oh my god, Floater City with him. Yeah, you could almost play him like a three-point shooting Tony Parker or like a Mike Conley. Like a real-life Mike Conley. You could play him like that. Or I guess D'Lo. D'Lo kind of plays that game. But alright guys, that's going to cut it. I hope you enjoyed this. Who's my current favorite player in the entire game? Kevin Durant, and then Dino Radja, and then probably Dwayne Wade, and then Bol Bol, and then probably Russell Westbrook. Those are my favorites right now. Those are the guys I really enjoy and have a lot of fun with. Look at that dunk. Yeah, you know, he's a better dunker than his rating would indicate. And that's what I always talk about. Those cards that are 75 rating, right at that 75 marker, some of them dunk a lot more often and a lot better than their rating would indicate. So, alright guys, for the last time, I'm signing out. I hope this was helpful for you. Please like and subscribe and share to anyone who it may help. See you in the next one, and peace.